What item was thrown at former U.S. President George W. Bush while visiting Baghdad? Was it a shoe, a shib, a belt, or a ball?
A shoe. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What kind of question is this, Hanan? You know I'd know this. It's not
I
hard.
know, I know, I know. I have a lot of these questions, but this question is actually part of a really awesome game that we just got sent called the Are You Really Arab Bro game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So today we actually have the creator and founder of the game with us. Three, two, one. Sharif, welcome
Surprise.
to Obnoxiously Pleasant. I look surprised.
Hey, Sharif. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, how are you all doing? Yeah,
Good,
no, it's a
good,
Good.
good.
pleasure.
How are
I'm super
you? How are
excited.
you?
I'm
We are so
good. It's
excited to have
late.
you. This was really cool.
Definitely, yeah. No, I apologize if there's any lag, but no, I'm
You're good.
honored to have like the time to speak to both of you. I've listened to your podcast a bit, so excited to join you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So tell us
We're
this
glad
awesome
you're
game
on.
that I got in the mail. I tried really hard like not to open it, but I opened it. I like looked at it. So I think I know how to play it. I think it's really cool. Like it's a fun thing you do with like family, friends. Again, I'm going to show this here. It's the Are You Really Arab Bro card game. So tell us a little bit about this game.
Yeah. So, are you really Arab, bro? Is what is that? Like a acronym for Arab. So I had
Yeah.
to work hard to make that work, but the card game is simple. It's a social trivia game meant to highlight the lived experience of the Arab and Arab diaspora and us immigrants, our second generation folks trying to carry and balance multiple cultures from back home and here. And there's a lot of history, a lot of cultural questions, and just things to make light of our lived experiences.
That's amazing. Like there was a question that I read here and it said, what is something Arabs expect to be free?
Say that again. Wait, I missed that. Say that again.
What is something Arabs expect to be free? Is it tea? Is it bread and hummus? Is it things being fixed by a relative, or is it Palestine? Right? But
Definitely Palestine. Of
yeah,
course, Palestine.
so the cool thing is that these cards are split into like two categories. So one is like has a right answer, and the other one is like majority rules. So my
Okay.
Exactly.
guess is the majority rules cards are the cards where like if you have a crowd, it's whatever the crowd votes for, right?
Yep. Yeah, and like I set it up that way because like we Arabs have like a lot of diversity, so the answer for the majority questions can change depending on who's at the azuma or who's in the setting. Um, like there's a lot of fun questions, some that I'd like to ask you both because
Okay.
I've asked other people, and I'm sure the answer will change depending on where you're from and what you've experienced. So, but yeah, there's two categories of questions. I try not to put too many rules because us Arabs don't follow rules anyway.
Hmm.
Um,
And we're
and
competitive.
exactly,
Very, very competitive.
exactly, people will pull out the rule book or something like that. I didn't want to spend more time writing a rule book than the actual cards. So it's meant to be like just fun. You can play it with ideally a group of like 4 to 10 people. It You don't have to be Arab to play. I've played with multiple people who are not Arab. So yeah, it's to me just supposed to be like a fun game. You can keep score, you don't have to. It's more about the experience, I'd say.
I mean,
Yeah.
I immediately when I opened the box, I was like, "Oh my god, it's like an Arab Cards Against Humanity,"
Exactly. Or have you
which
have
I
you played
really,
the game Black Card Revoked?
yep.
I
It's
haven't.
supposed to
Which
be
I
like
like. I don't know any of these games besides Cards Against Humanity.
Lena doesn't like love, fun, and happiness.
Shut up. I do. You're such a jerk, man. You see what I got to deal with, Sharif? Like, hey,
Any,
babe, we have a guest
anything
today. We
anything
have a
that
guest.
involves excitement or fun or going out. Lena's like, nope, I don't want any part of that.
That's not true. I'm actually going to order this game. I'm going to order it, and I'm going to order some gifts too. And
amazing.
then
Yeah, I think
we'll put your website too on
Yes.
we'll definitely we'll do that.
Yeah, your Instagram handle, your TikTok, so all of that will be for the folks watching. It'll be in the link in the bio, and even we'll put a link to it on our TikTok on our Instagram because
Mhm.
I'm all about supporting our Arab American peeps.
Do you have any
endeavors like
question?
this.
Do you have another question? Because I have something I wanted to ask
Go
Sharif.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. So, how long have you been doing this? Like when the idea first came, like how long did it take like for that idea to come to you and then actually implement this whole process, this game?
Yeah, so like I'm a big idea person, so like I'm always coming up with different ideas. This one was one I was like, okay, I can actually take the idea and make it a reality if I just like stop talking myself out of it. Like I love coming up with ideas. The execution is the difficult part. So I was like, this is going to be the one I actually execute on. The idea came, I'd say, late 2022. I was
Okay.
in a game store, and I've played Black Card Revoked. It's a lot of fun. But then I saw a Jewish card revoked. I said, no way. There's no way there's a Jewish card revoked and not like a Arab card revoked. And I was like, why don't I just make it? So I decided to make it. I have my in-laws. They live in Qatar. So we went to visit them in late 2022, early 2023 in the New Year's time. And I, tested the game out in that setting. I came home on the plane ride. I was thinking of questions, tested the game out a bit more at other Azayim. And then like Ramadan happened. I was testing the game out there and I was like, okay, I think we have something. So it's been about, I want to say 3 months of actually having cards in hand. But the idea is probably 6 months to 7 months old at this point.
Wow. No, see, I was
That is
expecting
amazing.
right? I was expecting
Yes.
you, like to say like in the past 3-4 years when the pandemic happened, but mashallah, that's awesome, dude. That's a very good time. I mean,
I mean,
you
it takes me like longer to think of like a nail color, like at the, between appointments. Like,
it takes us longer to organize us recording this. How many times
Yeah,
do we have to change?
the plane ride to Qatar and back, like each way is 18 hours. So like
Wow.
I technically have a lot of time like going there and coming back. So it helped, I would say.
And
But
I'd be watching movies on that
I
flight.
was just gonna say that I'd be like watching movies or something, not
there's only
thinking of
so
my
many
next
movies you
business
can watch.
endeavor.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
that's
then
true.
like with your kids there, it's like, do I want to watch this movie? And then they want
Yeah.
to watch another movie. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, let me
And
write.
so how many kids do you have?
We have 3.
Oh,
So
Oh,
we
mashallah.
have
Okay,
mashallah.
that's
That's
cool.
awesome.
So how do you do it? Like how did like I mean obviously your wife is going to be very like a supportive factor in all of this. Otherwise,
Of course.
you're not going to be able to do this.
Yeah, she's like a sounding board for me, 100%.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, what do you think of this question? Or what do you think of this idea? Or should I do this? Or reviewing things for me on Instagram and TikTok. So,
Hmm.
but like,
I saw some of your social media stuff. It's funny. I like it. I
thank
think you
you,
just
thank
need some
you.
exposure, dude. You're gonna catch on. How long have you had your Instagram account?
Probably since 2023. Like that was
Okay, no,
like,
you're
Oh, so
very
it's new. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
new.
yeah,
very new.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like part of me was like, all right, do I want the public to know I'm actually doing this?
Yes, why not? Listen, see,
Trust
this is
me, that
go
is a
ahead, Harry.
huge part of it. The huge part of it is, do I want the public to know what I'm doing? Because like the minute that you are on the interwebs, as I
Yes.
like to
Yeah.
say, is the minute that like the floodgates open and you get positive criticism, negative criticism. For the most part, like it's positive, but it's just criticism is criticism, right? Whether it's like constructive, whether it's not, whether it's negative, but it just becomes really hard because instead of it just being your voice and your own creativity, you're inviting like the world into what it
Exactly.
is that you're doing, and that immediately changes that dynamic. And so there's so
100%.
the expectations, the bar just goes like,
Yeah.
100%.
and
So
yeah.
my follow-up question to that is, okay, so you had to get comfortable with the idea on like putting yourself out there, right? So was there any concern on your part and how your Arab family might react to not just the game, but you being on social media and promoting this on social media?
100%. 100%. Like, so I have like the stereotypical like engineering background.
Of
So
course.
like my big concern was like people being like, "Oh, how's work and why are you doing something that's not like engineering?" And so like that question has come up like, "Oh, you're making a card game?"
A card game.
And then like I this is like real in the backstory of this, but like you could see in my social media, I like battled actually like being the face of it. And a lot of like feedback from my wife and actually my sister-in-law too, of like, just go for it, do it. And
Mhm.
then, so yeah, it's definitely been a fun journey, but like, it's,
I
it's
mean,
like,
yeah. I
no,
was just saying,
you learn
do
from
you
it.
feel like you have to explain yourself to, like, the parents, because we've all been, I mean, we've
Yeah,
been through it.
absolutely.
So like what do you say to the, like, maybe the older generation of Arab? Like they're like you said, look, you're an engineer. Why are you doing this? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point
Exactly.
of
Yeah,
this?
because my mom was convinced that Lena and I were gonna get iron when we started doing this. So she's like, don't anything bad that happens, she's like, you and Lena get iron. This is why you guys should not be doing this podcast, should not be video on the
Yeah.
internet. So like, how
Yeah.
do you battle that? How do you battle the concept of you're gonna get iron if you're successful?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, I would say. Like, to me, it was just, again, like, back to like knowing that like what I'm doing this for is I want to just execute an idea and I'm just having
Yeah.
fun with it. Like, the best part is like I get to have fun with something I'm building. Like, I
Mhm.
really enjoy not just the writing of the cards and the making the content, but like the business side of it. Like, what can help me grow? What levers can I pull to make it better? So like, for me, I keep that as like my motivation, and not try to be too out there. But like, as you mentioned, it's difficult in our culture. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it is. It's really hard because I don't think whether it's our parents or people our parents' generations or just people who are just even between us and our parents realize that this type of stuff, whether it's physical, like because this is content, this is still content creation,
yeah.
right? Content creation is a full-time job. Like there's
Hmm.
planning that goes into it. There's work.
Of
It's
course.
really, yeah, it really is time consuming. It's
Yeah.
what you would spend on your regular job, you spend actually, so you can make this thing successful. And like you said, something really important, the business side of it. I don't think people really take into consideration. It's not like I'm just printing some cards and putting them on the internet. It's like, no, how do I grow this business? How do
Hmm.
I make this actually lucrative? How do I make this, like passive income or my actual income? How do I, like I read some of these cards and I'm like, I need an expansion pack,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
How do you come up? What do expansion packs look like? What is the business model for that, right? Like if you're selling a card game at a base price, what do additional, packs look like? So yeah, it's a real job. It is a
It's a real job.
very
And
much so.
I wanted to just go back to, you said something that's very important because it's kind of similar to what, like, our journey, me and Hanan, like we wanted to do something where we're hanging out with each other and we're having fun and we're
Hmm.
we're providing a positive space and positive content. So you said you're having fun with this, and I
Hmm.
think that's very important because, like, I'm sure you have a full-time job just like we both have full-time jobs, but
Hmm.
this brings us, it brings us joy, and
Yeah,
I
100%.
think that's
100%.
that's I want you to talk about that because, yeah, like, we're more than just what our daytime jobs are. We're more than just parents. As much as we love our kids, we have other passions, and I think a lot of times, and I'm not trying to say, Arab are just like this. No, there's people from all sorts of cultures where sometimes they get stuck in that, oh, well, I can't be doing this because, what are people going to think of me? But
I
sometimes you got to take care of yourself, right? Like, if you can
100%.
just talk about that.
Yeah, we get stuck in what society thinks our role should look like in life.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
you're this age, you need to get married. You're
Yeah.
this age, you're married, you need to have kids. Now you have kids, you need to have a mortgage. Like there's just this weird plan that
Yeah.
is laid out for you and you're like, but wait a minute, can I like change some things?
Can
Can
I
I
have fun? Can I do something that's actually
no.
fun?
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah, because like I had a lot of like concerns about like the making this public, especially with my family circle. But surprisingly, like my mother and my mother-in-law were like super supportive. My
Oh, I
mother-in-law
love
was like
that.
super offended she didn't like get a copy, and so I was like, I made her a special like copy just for her. So yeah,
Yeah,
like
how could you not make your mother-in-law part of the soft launch? That is mistake number one.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
tried to keep it, hidden from my parents and my in-laws, but couldn't do that.
Because sometimes you just don't want to deal with the 101 questions, man. I get
Yeah.
it. Like, I get it.
Yeah, like
It's just
it's
like,
it's much, and like to the earlier point too, like my day job is pretty demanding, and this turned into like a fun outlet for me, like something to
yeah.
look forward to. candidly, I'm in Zoom meetings all day and like thinking of like, okay, what content can I make that like people will, be receptive to, or how can I grow a larger following of my actual customers? So like it became like a really fun outlet for me to just like think of the game while in work, and hopefully my day job never sees this, but that's
But
the
you know what?
reality.
We
And
we have the
honestly,
same.
if they do, it's okay. We both have day jobs. We have people from our work that watch our
Yeah,
content.
yeah.
Everybody, you're allowed to have a day job and you're allowed to have fun. And I think that's
Definitely.
where that's an area we all struggle with. And not just us like as Arab Americans. I think just us as working adults, you kind of have to
100%.
figure out where is that soft spot, like, or where is that like sweet spot where I'm able to do everything, right? And sometimes
Mhm.
it happens where you're doing everything at midnight on a Monday. It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you know what?
Here we
We
are.
went through that, me and Hanan in the beginning. We were like so worried about this and that. And I'm just like, after a while, you stop caring. You're like, whatever. Like, I'm not doing
You
anything wrong.
really do.
Yeah. And like, we're just having fun. We're here for a good time because, like you said, your job is demanding. Both our jobs are demanding. And like, sometimes we just don't want to deal with, like, we want to focus our energy on something fun and light. And I think we've, like, in terms of our jobs, I think it's made us better, even in our jobs,
Mhm.
even now, because like it's something
100%.
it's something we're doing for us. And I think that's
Exactly.
really, really important because for you, even if like inshallah it succeeds and you make tons of money. But I think,
Inshallah.
correct me if I'm wrong, the point is half of it is for you to do something that's just for you and that
For
you
fun.
came up with,
Exactly.
and the other half is to actually bring some joy and fun, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Because we don't
Exactly.
have this. I think this is the first game. Like, I don't know of any other like game like this, you know?
It,
Yeah. Not that
yeah,
I'm aware of.
yeah, I think the only thing that, like I said, that was close to this was the green cards or whatever, but that was more like Muslim American, not really Arab American.
Mhm.
So that's a whole other identity. That's a
Yeah.
different topic for a different day.
Yeah,
Yep.
But
yeah,
Yep.
no,
exactly.
I love these questions because
We should play.
I
We should play around. How do you play? Tell us. Come on, let's play around.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I picked some of the questions that we can ask, or I
Perfect.
can ask you guys, just to
All
get
right,
your
I'm ready.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So I'll start with the majority ones. Um, I think so. First question: what country is the best at Depke? Is it Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan, or Syria?
They're
Definitely
all very
Palestine.
different. They're all
Definitely
very different.
Palestine.
They're
Hanan,
all
just
so
say it.
different.
Hanan, just say it. It's Palestine. Okay, there's no. I mean, listen, the Lebanese come in second. I'll give it to the
I
Lebanese,
support all the Debcats,
but
okay?
definitely
Especially
as a
because I come from a
Palestinian,
country where we don't Debcat. So I don't get like, I'm not voting on this one.
Hanan, you
I
need
support all.
Hanan. That's no. I'm your best friend, and you can't even vote for Palestine. Oh my God, we're under
Fine.
occupation, dude.
I vote for Palestine because you're under occupation.
Okay, all right.
I don't know what country are you from?
I'm Egyptian.
Okay, me too. Me too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I,
amazing.
I did
See,
like
you understand me. We cannot just vote for one country.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. You have a very like neutral answer. I definitely have an opinion on this one.
Oh,
Okay.
please share,
What's your
please.
answer?
I definitely think like as a whole, like the most entertaining is Palestine,
Definitely.
but like I think Lebanon does come in like it's like a 1B, I would say. Because
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one B.
No,
That's
they're
a
good.
great
They're great
answer.
at Depka. Absolutely. No
yeah.
doubt.
They really are. I agree.
Yeah.
They really, really are. Next
Okay.
question.
Okay,
Yes.
so an Arab household is incomplete without the first
Olive
question.
oil.
I should add that. I should add that.
Olive oil.
Olive oil is a good one. I might change it out and get your guys feedback, and I'll explain like the roadmap. I think of the game
Okay.
too. So,
Okay.
a shatafa.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Yes. I vote Shatafa.
And then let him finish. It's multiple choice,
there's
damn
three
it.
more. But you can tell me which one you would replace with olive oil because I think olive oil is actually a valid option
Yeah.
here. B shisha or agita or wherever you're from, whatever you call it. C the evil eye thing, and D a China set display.
Oh my
Definitely
God.
shut
Those are
up.
all so good.
I'm picking
Oh my
shut up.
God. Yeah, I picked Shatafa too because that is something you cannot live without. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. Speaking of the shatafa, I always tell all the younger kids, like my friends' kids, or like the younger kids in the family. I'm like, if anybody makes fun of you, tell them you're elite because you wash your butt like on the daily. Like
Yep.
it is
Yep.
every time, all the time. That makes you
It's
elite.
necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, I would pick shatafa too. But all
Yeah.
your answers are good. The China set one. I don't have a China set on display.
Yeah, neither do I.
Is there one
I
you would
think
pick out for olive oil? Because I really like olive oil.
I would do
I
the
would
evil eye.
yeah, take that
I
out.
take
The
Got
evil
it.
eye
yeah,
out.
and put
Yeah.
and put the olive oil.
We're brainstorming with you. This is cool. We have
Yes.
some input here.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, so this is I think it's a good time to like explain like my roadmap or vision for this.
Hmm.
The version that's available now is what I call the pre-release. It's limited quantity
Mhm.
and basically I'm looking to get feedback from people on the questions so that they can improve, they can change. Um, are there questions that are good? Are there questions that are not? And then I can produce essentially version 1.0, taking in that feedback and mass produce that version.
Mhm.
And then what I would like to do is, in some way, shape, or form, provide people that purchased this version some sort of benefit in the future, like they get lifetime discounts or something like that to any version 1.0 expansion packs, like different
I'm Arab,
flavors
so
of it.
I'm gonna vote for discount.
Definitely. I think like there's definitely gonna be like discounts that people who get the game at this early
Yeah.
stage will get like a
I just
hefty
want to show
discount.
people, look, this is not even everything, but like look at the amount of cards that are like in this game. So
Yeah.
you have like probably like a solid 3 hours of fun just in this deck
No,
and
that's awesome.
arguments. So I
and
expect a lot of
arguments.
arguments that
So,
I
plays out.
cannot even.
speaking of arguments, what are give me a couple questions that are, that can cause a problem. Give me a couple of
I
those.
have a good one.
You
Here's
do?
a good
Okay.
one that here's a great one.
It's
Second, I'll tell
controversial.
you that is controversial. Okay,
Yes.
here's a one that is very very controversial. Okay,
Uh-oh.
who is the best soccer player in the last 15 years? Is it Mo Salah? Is it Messi? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo? Or is it Kylian Mbappe? I'm gonna have to vote for my people. It's gonna be Mohamed Salah.
I'm gonna vote for Mo. That's
Yeah,
it. Mo
man, Mohamed
Salah,
Salah
dude.
is like
Like,
the
come on.
man. Yeah,
I mean, listen,
all
I'm
these
not
other
even a
guys.
soccer fan. I'm not a soccer fan. He's Egyptian. I'm gonna vote for him. That's it. Like,
It's simple, yeah. I
yeah, I mean, I can't.
Yeah,
Look, they're
and
all
especially even
talented.
though we weren't in the World Cup, like he still deserves to be the best player.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
100%. Like again, they're all very talented for different reasons, but my vote is always going to go to M Salah.
Yeah. What else?
So I did put in like I did try to put in some controversial questions. I think
I
the
saw
most
that one. I saw that one. There was a really good controversial question here that I was like, oh, he went there. Hold on. I was just because I'm sitting here ruffling
I
through
don't know
this
if
deck like it's
like those are the ones I'm like, do I want to include that long term or not? I just want to
here's
feel.
I'll tell
here's
you.
one.
Give me the
Yeah,
question, and I'll tell you
here's
if you
one
should or
that
not.
I think is kind of controversial just because it shows my age. Ready?
Okay.
9/11 was a tragic day that changed how Arabs were viewed around the world. Where were you when you heard about what happened on 9/11? Were you at school? Were you at work? Were you at home? Or too young / not born? I resent D. Okay, I resent D. Let me just.
No, I was alive, and
We
I
were
was
at school.
I was at home.
Same.
I was getting ready to go to
We were at
college.
school. No, I was at school. Yeah, yeah. Lena and I went to college together. So,
Yeah, but like
Oh, nice.
you know how there was AOL back in the day. So I
Yeah.
opened the
huh.
computer, and there was like in the beginning it was just the first plane, right? And they were
Yeah.
like, oh, like they thought it was just an accident, you know? So I just turned off my computer. I went, took a shower. I'm like, okay, like that's really messed up. Like it's scary. But I'm like, I'm late for class, you know? So I'm like, I'm gonna go. Like I didn't think anything of it. The minute I realized something was wrong was me trying to get on 66 to go to our school.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's packed jammed. And my first class was like at 12. And I'm like, there should not be traffic at this time. I'm like, what is going
Exactly.
on? And then like I get a call and it's from my brother in Ohio. Apparently my husband was calling me and like the lines were so jammed. Like the local lines were not, no one
It
was
was
even
really
busy.
hard.
And
Yeah.
my brother's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm going to school." He's like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Dude, I'm going." He's like, "You take the first exit and you go home." I'm like, "What the hell is happening?" And then he's like, "Just get home and turn on the news." So he's like, "Do not go to school." I'm like, "Oh my God." So by the time I
Hmm.
get home, I'm just like, wow, like it was just so like scary and like shocking, and we didn't know what the hell was happening. But yeah, it was. I'll never forget where I was. That's definitely
Yeah,
something I would.
100%. I have another very controversial question. Okay. And
I don't
Lina,
think
you'll
that's
understand.
controversial. The question about 9/11, I don't think that's that controversial.
I just resent the part about not being born.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
like the reason I included that, and I think like you answered the question perfectly, because the purpose I had, like the reason I included that question specifically was like this game is going to be played cross generationally,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and there are going to be kids who actually are going to play this game and were not born at that time, and that
Yeah.
you both, myself, can share like what that story was, because
Yep.
if you were alive, you remember exactly what happened,
Absolutely.
how it impacted you for, the next 10, 20 years of your life, right? So it was
100%.
really cool to hear your story, because I was in Minnesota still. I live in Minnesota. Like we felt it here, but I'm sure if you guys were on the East Coast, it was
Yeah, I mean,
much different. So
we
We're
both
in the
lived in
DC
it.
metro area.
Yeah,
yeah, so it was
like
way
I mean,
different.
the Pentagon was
Yeah.
what, like 5 minutes from where I used to live.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
So
Hanan, did you
the
have one?
only, yeah, the other one that I think is kind of controversial, and I'll tell you why, is who is the best Arab actor in the last 50 years, right? So there's four
Okay.
choices, A, B, C, D. Is it Ahmed Hilmi? Is it Adil Imam? Is it Mohammed Al Hinidi? Or is it Ahmed Al Sa'a? So I'm all for that, but you can just give me four Egyptian actors.
Yeah,
Where are
you
my
need to
Syrian
work on that,
actors
my
at?
friend.
Where's Abbas and Nouri? That's my dude.
My
Right?
my Egyptian bias can show through some of the cards sometimes.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
Yeah,
But
but
I would,
I think you should have something like not just like Arab American actors. I mean, we have some
yeah,
awesome people in
yeah.
Hollywood, like we should
definitely.
do that. That's one thing you can maybe add. But yeah, like it's like Egypt, obviously awesome movies, like they have that, but like definitely include other other
Definitely,
actors. You're
definitely.
gonna get people
Yeah.
mad at you.
Yeah, but
100%.
I would definitely, because like you have like Syrian actor Abbas Nouri. That guy's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously, a legend.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the main thing, and I love that your Egyptian bias shows in something and then not in others. Like the fact that you have baklava written on there, or كنافة مش كنافة, it's كنافة يا شريف.
I
Knafa,
know. I know.
knafa.
مامتك هتزعل منك.
100%. 100%.
See, you did well there. It is a knafa. It's not kunafa.
كنافة يا شريف
I know.
كنافة.
I said Knafeh. I was like,
Knafa.
man, I'm just going to. At least I didn't say
Listen,
like Chinafa or something like that. But
hey, yeah,
كنافة,
I mean,
yeah,
listen, some of my family members say chnafa. I mean, I don't say chnafa,
كنافة.
I say knafa. But yeah, I mean, the thing with these things, you'll never like satisfy everybody. You'll never make
Exactly,
everybody happy. So
exactly,
yeah,
sometimes you just gotta like take those punches and keep on walking.
100%.
exactly, exactly. Like it's okay for you to say كنافة. I will always say كنافة. عادي.
Uh-huh.
عادي جدا.
Do you have
So
any?
the other question that I read in here, and I absolutely loved it, and that's what I was leaping through earlier while you were talking, is this question, because it's so spot on. For every Arab American child, I don't care what country you're from, actually for every immigrant child, okay, your mom is speaking loudly on the phone because A, she's mad about something. B, she's talking to someone overseas. C, she can't hear the other side. Or D, it's her normal tone.
Well, I think it's B and D. I think both B and D. It's always like overseas.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
but it's like honestly, it's questions like that. Like I love, because I think like you're right. Like it's something that everybody can identify with, and
Mhm.
you're right. Like I don't think you have to be really Arab American to play this. I think you can have Arab American friends
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still like be embedded in the culture, and just be like, yeah, his mom really is loud,
And
and
Yeah,
she's not even mad half the time.
and what a way to learn about the culture. I think it's a great way.
yeah.
I
Like
think so.
one of my friends is from one of my best friends is from Afghanistan, and like he could sit down and play this game with us, because like not like he has similar experiences, but
Yeah.
also he's heard so much from like me and our other best friend who's Lebanese, like that he knows a lot of the answers and can even speak Arabic at this point.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
That's amazing. Like I love the thing about dialects, like which dialects are the most masculine, which dialects are the most feminine, because those are questions that we, like Lena and I, talk about all the
Yeah,
time.
we've gotten some fun reactions from those.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I love this one. Who is Arabs or like Arabs' favorite American musician, right? Is it Drake? Is it Michael Jackson? Is it Beyonce? Is it 50 Cent? I don't know if like any of my answers would be that, because like if it was my dad would be like, it's ABBA, duh, right?
No, or
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson.
That's
Michael
what it was
Jackson.
for me. Like I remember like one of the first times in like middle school or elementary school, I went to Egypt and everyone was obsessed with Michael Jackson and all we did was make fun of him. And I was just like, why do you guys love Michael Jackson so much here? Like,
Mhm.
what is it about him? And I was just
And
young
it's
and
no, but it's amazing because like every generation, you're right. Like they loved a different kind of singer. Like when my dad grew up in Egypt, but my dad grew up my dad loves the Beatles. Absolutely, totally, wholly loves
interesting.
the Beatles. He loves ABBA, right? He loves Engelbert Humperdinck, right? He loves Kenny Loggins.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
don't think
my
I've
dad
ever
is
heard a
like,
song for him.
really, for Kenny Loggins? Oh
Maybe
my
I've
God,
heard it, I just didn't
lady.
know. Okay,
We're not
maybe.
gonna turn it into that.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I think it's crazy. Like every generation has something, but that kind of just shows you like how like deep American pop culture goes, right?
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
I like cannot wait until we have like an Arab American singer like at the Grammys. That's what I'm waiting for personally, right? Somebody to break into that genre and bring our amazing music to like the main stage. You should do more music cards. That's the one thing. That's my one feedback. More
All
about
right.
like Arabic music, Arabic music. Like finish this lyric. Ya tab
Mhm.
tab.
Yeah. I have one of those in there, but that is definitely like good feedback for sure
I mean,
because
Yeah.
that could be its own like once you
extension
get the
card.
the first
Expansion pack.
batch, yeah, you can have like your own look at us brainstorming with you here. This is great.
I'm taking notes. I don't know if you see I'm
Yes.
taking notes, but I'm taking notes.
That's
No,
awesome. How do
honestly,
your kids Yeah, go ahead, Helen.
no, I was going to say, I think the folks who follow us are going to follow us are going to get a kick out of this because we have a
Yeah.
lot of folks. We have an awesome mix of people who follow us, especially on TikTok. You have people who are like Arab Americans, like same, like we're all Arab Americans, but you have people who are like, I'm an immigrant, right? So
Mhm.
I'm an immigrant. I'm a child of immigrants. I didn't move to the country until I was 10. So I am very I identify most with like my Arab American identity, but I definitely have like my Egyptianness that like overtakes things sometimes. Lena's also like very Arab American, very Palestinian American, very
Mhm.
Falahi Palestinian
Yeah, and
American,
as a
which
Palestinian, we always have to remind everybody we're Palestinian.
exactly,
In case you
exactly.
missed it, we're Palestinian. We
But then
always
we
have to
also
mention that.
exactly, but we also have a group of folks who follow us who are like just learning like they're also like like they're first generation or second generation or third
Mhm.
generation Arab American, or they're married to Arabs and they listen to the podcast just to learn about like culture, language. They laugh with us, so I think they're gonna get a kick out of this game. Like I'm crossing my fingers, and for everybody who listens to us, please go out and get yourself a copy of this game and do yourself a favor and just play and then like let us know what you think.
What's
Yeah.
the website, Sharif?
Right now it's the arabcardgame.shopify.com. So you
Okay.
can
Okay, we'll
just
put that in
go
there. I just wanted to have you actually say that on there. And then we'll
definitely.
definitely put it in the links and in our comment section. We'll
Yeah.
definitely
And if you order, you get a really cute handwritten note from Sharif, like in
Yes.
your.
And you can see that my
Don't do
6-year-old
that.
has
You're
better
like putting him
handwriting.
on this, but I think he sent you that handwritten note. I don't think he sent
No,
him
No, no,
no,
no.
anything.
Everyone gets it.
no, he sends
Oh,
it to
really?
everybody.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
wow,
Yes,
that's nice.
that
Yeah,
is
it needs
that
like a
is.
personal touch, like
No,
I was
I
gonna
that's
want
say that's
people
awesome.
an
to feel like,
awesome personal touch.
You know
yeah.
what? Inshallah, like there's so many people will buy it, and you won't have time to be sending anybody personal
I
notes.
hope so, inshallah. Well,
No, I hope
after I
so
saw
many
it,
people buy it and you still send personal notes because
Yes.
I thought it was really cute and really sweet. I thought it was awesome. It does make your experience feel a lot more personal and stuff like that. But no,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to actually like do a separate like short or TikTok with Lena where I just ask her these questions because you like gave
Yes.
me gold. So
oh,
these questions came to me, not to Lena. So now I'm just gonna do that. She's constantly asking me questions that
You
I
made
have
it easy
no
for her. You
idea.
made it easy for her because I do research and I actually asked her these questions, and then she just, you just
I
you
did
just made
research.
her
I'm
life
gonna pick a
easy.
card, any card, okay?
You know what? I'm
no.
coming over next week and we'll play. We'll play around and we'll
I'm
record
Yeah,
it.
and let me know
I
what you
am so
think
down.
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
The other thing is like if you both or your followers or whoever it is thinks of like good questions, I'm happy to add them because like I mentioned before, like I do have a bias when writing these, right? Like I don't want, and I try my best to eliminate it, but like, and I have a diverse group of friends, so I can, try to pick up and think how they would think of some of these questions. But like the feedback is the most valuable thing, more than even the orders, right? Because I think
Yeah.
if we like represent our Arab American identities in these cards, it will create a quality product that people will ultimately want to buy versus me having to promote it, So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
the
love that.
feedback is gold.
Yeah,
I love
we'll
that.
put your handle to your Instagram name and all that stuff. We'll put it in there so they can follow you on there too, and they can send you direct, like they can message you directly and give you back some feedback.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, like the Arab card game on Instagram and TikTok, and yeah, I mean, honestly, for this game is what got me onto TikTok. I was not on TikTok before.
No, man, you got to
Um,
get on there.
You
It's
it's a
gotta,
great.
but
wild place.
you have to also be like very wary of like the TikTok vortex because once
100%.
you start scrolling, you can never stop. Let me tell you.
No, but
Yeah,
they make it
definitely.
so easy though. They make it easy, and their algorithm is a lot nicer than Instagram's. That's for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
tougher on Instagram.
I started looking at TikTok with like my glasses down, like looking at it like this, and then after that, I'm like talking to TikTok lingo and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
been
That's
fun.
kind of how it happens. But no, I'm very excited to play this game with I'm actually really excited to play this game with like my nieces and nephews because they're teenagers. So I think they're gonna have a blast because those guys are first generation. And I think a lot of the stuff they can identify with. So I'm gonna play around with them and I'll let you know what they think.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. I'm pumped. I'm
Awesome. Well,
pumped.
thank you so much, Sharif. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on. We finally made it work. It took us
I
Yeah,
a
know,
couple
I
of
know.
weeks, but we made it work.
yeah.
And we really appreciate you being here. And I can't wait to play one-on-one with Hanan.
Inshallah. No, I appreciate you guys like giving me the opportunity to speak to you. It's been a ton of fun and
It's our pleasure. It was
Yeah,
definitely.
no,
fun.
this was a lot of fun. And thank you. Thank you for sending these. I'm very excited because I'm not terrible at doing research. I just like don't do research. Let's be real. Lina is the one, and I've said this so many times. Lina is literally like our producer. She's our lighting guy. She's our editing guy. I literally just show up
Nice,
and I do
nice.
her makeup. That's it. That's all
I
I
did
do.
my own today. Thank you very
She
much.
did.
So if I look like a clown, I'm sorry, guys. Like I'm not with Hanan today. So
You
I
don't
expect
look
you
like
guys
a
to be
clown.
together because every time I see
I
you guys, you're always
know,
together. So,
but
but it
you
was
know
late. So
the
Yeah.
thing with this stuff is I always tell Hanan if we have a guest, we should do it remotely. Why? Because like the audio is better. Like she has her
Yep.
yeah,
own mic. I have my own mic. But of course, Hanan, she lost her her wire
I,
to her mic.
listen,
But
can I tell you that this wire mic situation, Lena, and I'm always playing like cat and mouse with this freaking wire. I'm always like, oh my God, I don't have the right wire. And today I'm like, Lena, I only have the wire that looks like this. It
dude,
doesn't
she
go in the
ordered a
computer.
replacement like a month ago, and she lost the replacement. Hanan, what am I gonna do with you? We're gonna
that's
fight
I
in
tough.
don't
front of
know.
Sharif. He's our guest. We're gonna
I know.
fight in front of
I
Sharif.
know. It's all right. I've watched the podcast. I've seen enough fights. So
Oh my God.
Did you see her pranking me?
yeah, that was hilarious.
Come on, that was some
The
good shit.
your reaction to the
And the
with the
slow-mo, oh my God, that
Oh
was
my
yeah, that
God.
was
Can
gold.
I tell you, I was out with my sister and two of our friends on Friday night, and they watched that playback probably like 10 times. And it just kept pausing at the.
It was perfect. Like
right.
the
And she
face
goes,
when you got scared was just
yeah.
amazing.
I was like, why would you do that? She's like, oh, I had it on my phone. See, it says right here, prank Hanan.
Yeah, if I
Because I
knew
have a
you in
to-do list.
if I knew you in real life, like that would be like a lock screen image, like
But see what just happened here? Can I tell you, we tried saying bye like 10 minutes ago,
Oh,
and the
we don't
Arab
say bye.
way, we
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
how to
yes,
say bye. We don't
it's
know
Yeah,
how to say
perfect.
bye.
it's
That
late
needs to
for you
be a
guys.
card.
So I
Yeah,
did want to
that
mention I see the Cairo trilogy book up there.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of people. I haven't seen a lot of Arab households, but
No, man,
it's a
of
good book.
course. I love that stuff. No,
It's a
no,
good
no.
book. So
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Yeah.
you only get the same backdrop that Lena and I have all the time because we film in the same spot.
Well, this desk is my kid's area where he plays video games all day. So,
oh, nice, nice.
yeah,
That's good
You know, like you said, we got to make it work. We got to make it work.
absolutely.
for
Yeah.
sure. For
But
sure.
Well, thank you.
again, Sharif, thank you so much for
Yes.
coming on. We really appreciate it. Thank you for sending these. Lena and I are gonna play a game. We're gonna film ourselves playing this game because I know it's gonna be a freaking riot.
Yes, I can't wait.
So, and I cannot wait to see the expansion packs. And please, can you make one on song like song lyrics? Because that
Definitely.
I'm willing to write you all the lyrics.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Like my like music knowledge is like from like right when I feel like after I started having kids, I stopped listening to as much music. And that's like what worries me of like trying
You
to
stopped
write
having
music
fun.
systems. Yeah, like I just became such a boring person. So,
No. There's the fun. I see the fun. It's there, man. You
no,
doing this?
It's
definitely.
there.
Yeah.
It's there.
That's
But
awesome.
it's a good one. I'll definitely do it like a music and movies one.
Yes.
Awesome.
So
That's
awesome.
great. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, appreciate you
And
guys.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.